Well, this is a special occasion. We have the brand new Toyota Zenix here in the shop. So, well, I guess the guy did his research because we're the only ones who can tune it. Nobody else will be able to tune this car. No, I said nobody. And there will never be a remap for this car also. From what we've seen over the previous years, the software number for the Philippine spec Toyotas are uniquely for the Philippines only. So the international community of ECU hackers and crackers will never bother to work on Philippine spec vehicles because the market is just too small. Because you think about it this way: for the guys who crack the ECUs, their market is actually not the end user. It's not people who drive the car. Their market is tuning shops. How many of them are legitimately here in the Philippines? Less than five. We're one of them. And how many of these tuning shops have their own dyno? None. We're the only one to have it. Every other dyno place you see there, they just rent out the dyno. The guys who tune it don't have an in-house dyno. They don't have an in-house R&D team. Nothing. So we can R&D all we want because we have our own dyno. We have two kinds. We have the dyno pack, which is a hub dyno, and we have a roller dyno. So we can pretty much do every kind of vehicles, and we know the difference between each. So yes, we're the only ones who can tune it, and Unichip is the only thing that can tune the Zenix. This one that we have is the non-hybrid version. So, but even if it's a hybrid version, the ECU should still be the same. The connections are the same. The sensors are the same. As far as the gasoline engine part's concerned, the hybrid battery part, there's nothing we can do. That's just it. We just leave that alone. We don't touch that anymore. So what we do is whenever there's a new car that comes to the shop is we trace the wires. What do we mean by that? Here's a good example. So here on the engine, this is the engine. There are several things in here. So you can see the intake manifold. These are the coils, the spark plug coils. This is the fuel rail. But what we're more interested in are the sensors that are around it. So for example, this one here, this is the car's mass airflow sensor. We will need to trace the wires that come out of this plug here. And then we need also the crankshaft sensor, which is somewhere down there. That's important also. We also need the throttle position sensor. That's the one here. So tracing means that, say for this one, let's unplug this. We have here one, two, three, four, five pins. So each of these pins has a corresponding wire here. We need to know where the wire is here, connect to the ECU over harness over there. Yeah. This thing here, this thing here, this is the ECU harness with all those rainbow colored wires. All of those things connect to somewhere in the engine, so the sensor. So let's say out of here, so let's say there are five pins here. Two of them are sure to be power and ground. Another one will be for the mass airflow. The other one will be for the air temperature sensor. Then the other one, either it's a ground signal or it's a blank. So we have to know which wire is what signal and where does it go to the ECU because the Unichip is wired to that harness with all the multiple ribbon rainbow colors over there. Not the ECU itself. There's the ECU itself. It's unplugged. We don't touch that. So all the wires go here. Uh, it's reversible. So anytime we want to remove it, you need to warranty the car at the dealership. We can remove it. It goes completely back to stock. Uh, Nobody will know nothing, even if they plug in their computer. So we need basically mass airflow sensor signal or map signal. That's to measure how much airflow goes in. We need a throttle signal. That is basically the load, basically how much you step on it. We need a crankshaft signal for the timing. And of course, we need power and we need ground to power the unit chip. So that in a nutshell is how what the unit chip is installed. What we can control here is the amount of, well, we can alter the signal of the airflow. We can make the ECU think that there's more air, less air. And then for the ignition timing, we can add timing, we can subtract timing. 99% of the time it's add timing. We only subtract timing, very rare occasion. Those rare occasions are if you say turbocharged Avio. So we'll need to retard the timing a little bit at high RPM, but 99% of the time it's advanced timing. And for the fuel, it depends also on a per car. Some cars like to have a little bit more fuel to make more power, but most cars we tend to reduce the fuel a little bit towards stoichiometric to get more power out of it, and that's where the efficiency comes in also. We're almost, yeah, we're soldering it in, and so once all the, so these are all the wires that go in here. So there's about eight, that's about eight wires there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So once all these eight wires are wired and soldered in, this entire thing plugs into the Unichip here, like that. And then all the tuning resides here in the unit chip. It's not on the ECU. It's everything is here. So when we remove this whole thing, not just unplugging the unit chip, remove the whole harness, it goes completely back to stock. And this one you can take with you to your next car, whatever that might be. Most likely it's going to be another Toyota because the Toyota gasoline engines in the Philippines cannot be remapped, and no, will never be able to remap. Don't even bother hoping that there will be. There's just no point. So again, we're the only ones who can do it. And after we install the unit chip there, we're gonna put it on the dyno, see how much this thing makes. I'm also quite interested to see, and after tuning, how much more power does it make? Well, we're done with the Zenix unit chip tuning, and this is just unit chip. It's pure stock, no nothing, no exhaust, no intake, no filter, no nothing. And goddamn, it's malakas. Stock power is 135 horse, so that's about right because I just went and checked the internet to see exactly how much is this on the brochure, and Top Gear says it's 172 PS, so it's about 175 horse. So it's a front wheel drive, so a 40 horse reduction from the brochure is about right. So yeah, pretty much exactly right on the dot, 135. And then after unit chip tuning, we are here at 157. That's at 6,800 RPM. That in itself is a 20 horse increase right then and there. But the biggest gain is actually here where you use it 99% of the time, here at that low end. So 2,000, 2,500. So we went from 20 horse to 60 horse. That's 40 horses right there. 40 to 70, 30 horse. 60 to 140 horse, 90 to 130, 40 horse, 100 to 135 or 35 horse. So if I just average this all of this right here, this 30 to 35 horse gain with just Unichip tuning. The torque is even bigger. So we went from 60 Newton meters to 180. So we basically tripled the torque here at 2,500 RPM. And then the curve is a lot more flatter here. So overtaking will be a lot more easier. You don't have to wait and step on the pedal as much to get peak torque. Before peak torque, you only get here at 5,400 RPM. Now you get peak torque at 2.5. So that's the instant sibat that everybody likes. And of course, since we're able to do the throttle also, there's no more delay on the car. Yeah, and afterwards you should still see slightly better fuel economy, 8 to 10%, given that it's still a new car. Top Gear reports an average city of 7.7, so 8 to 10% more means you'll get 8, maybe 8.5. If suerte, 9. That's not bad. So again, kami lang ang magaling, and we're the only ones who can tune the Zenix, nobody else. So you all have no choice but to come here. Solid. Lakas.